Got something for you, but keep it to yourself. I'm feeling curious, want to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come in here with me. I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay. We'll take it slow.
When these guys are drafted, what's next?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Good evening, everybody. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Great to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they lost their first matchup against these guys. This, their final game against them in the regular season, looking to finish with a split. And coming down the home stretch here, Kenny, for the teams that have already locked up playoff spots, what's more important, home court advantage or well-rested players?
Ooh, I would say well-rested players, because that helps the momentum and it helps you fine-tune some of the issues that you might have had before in the playoffs.
Well, younger teams, they really gain confidence from the home court. Sleeping in their beds, eating their foods, hanging with their girlfriends, wives, whatever. Veteran teams, I think they benefit from rest, especially on the back-to-backs.
Yeah, that's about all the time we have. Tip-off approaches. We'll see you later.
K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
I never wanna waste your time. My life, so precious. It's yours, it's mine. And look at the time. My God, so precious. It's yours, it's mine.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by the talented analyst tandem of Greg Anthony and Chris Webber. David Aldridge is on our sideline. The fans here in New Orleans ready to cheer on their Pelicans in this interconference matchup. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
Yeah, they really squeaked out a close one in that last matchup. Came down to just a few turnovers that gave them the margin of victory.
And before we get going, let's catch up with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge, who had a chance to speak with head coach Brad Stevens. David, what do you have to say?
Okay, Kevin, thanks very much. He told me he's anticipating just as tough a game today as the first time they met this team, a result that did not go their way. He said, "We know we're in the underdog role against these guys, and that's fine by us. We welcome the challenge." Well, let's see if they're up to it. Kevin?
Thank you, David. And Chris, both these teams battling for playoff position in this one. You just know how much these games mean.
This might as well be a playoff game for both teams. This is an important game, and the fans know it as well.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
Tip-off goes to New Orleans. And now the opening lineup for Boston. We've got Tatum, Aaron Baines out there with Horford, and it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Rozier in at the 2. Now here's Rondo. Outside Holiday. And not a good shot for him. They can get better looks than that. Here's Rozier. They grab their own miss. The shot's good from Irving.
Did you see that? How committed Irving is. Once he's in the paint, he's looking to score.
Rondo against Irving. Mirotic dishes to Rondo. Davis setting the pick for Rondo. Back to Mirotic. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. Mirotic has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Horford. The shot from the low post is good.
And when he gets it in close, Al Horford is one of the best, one of the premier finishers in this league.
Right wing. Mirotic has a wide open look. And another three for New Orleans.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Horford goes in, and the dunk by Horford.
Once Horford sees the lane to the hoop open up, he really just bullies his way inside, using every inch of his frame to punish the D.
Davis sets a screen. Poked loose. Here's Rondo. Here's Mirotic. And no good, trying to use the glass.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
Here's Rondo, following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Moore right side. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Davis sets a screen. Here's Tatum, and slam dunk by Tatum.
And you know Tatum wants to make a statement. Anytime he can get all the way to the rim, the D's got to have to do a better job of keeping a body on it.
Rondo against Irving. Here's Holiday, and 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And Boston called for the foul.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Drew Holiday. And Drew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Now here's Rondo, following the miss by Kyrie Irving. And again, New Orleans has no luck. Here's Horford. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Pelicans trailed by 3. Moore with it, guarded now by Irving. Davis has the open look. And the Pelicans miss again. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. 11 feet away, Pelicans with the rebound. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Yeah, they lost the momentum, and it's a bit surprising that one got away from them because for long stretches, they were the better team.
Well, overall, they played well enough to win, but their energy was just up and down. Too many miscues at key points of the game.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Holiday sets the pick for Rondo. He dishes it to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
Yeah, Rondo just knows how to wheel and deal. Has that exceptional feel for when one of his guys is open.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. New Orleans has gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. Mirotic, a screen on Irving, and they double up Rondo. Kicks to Moore. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
I'm sure he thought that was good when it left his fingertips. Matter of fact, I know he did.
Here's Baines, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
That's what every team needs, guys getting after it on the offensive board.
For New Orleans, they've gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Rondo kicks to Holiday, and stolen by Horford. Here's Rozier. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Rozier's got his second bucket.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And Moore kicks to Holiday. Up again, the putback. Davis on the follow.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
Here's Irving. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
His touch has been terrific this quarter. Most of what he puts up is going down.
Outside Holiday. Over Horford. And no good, his first shot of the night, missing.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Here's Moore. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
Well, I like that he shows no hesitation there.
Yeah, while he's taking off, no one on the other side reacts. They give up the easy points.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And so it's New Orleans with it, following the bucket by the Celtics. Davis sets a screen out to the right wing. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Bucket is good. And Mirotic, a player who hasn't made quite the jump in development that Chris, I think, his team was hoping for.
Yeah, Mirotic fans might have their expectations dampened a bit, but he's still a good player. He has one of the best pump fakes in the game because his shot is so good, but no idea how defenders keep falling for his pump fake. I mean, he uses it all the time.
Mind the lanes. One shot.
And you look back to that Big Three era in Boston, you know, the Celtics have not been shy about aggressively trading to reshape this roster. You know, they've made a rapid rebuild that's really the envy of a lot of teams around our league. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Irving against Rondo. Pass to Davis. And they double up Davis. Rondo against Irving. Just 5 on the clock. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Count that as his 4th basket of the night. Just 7 shots to get there.
Well, that lead's only going to keep growing if he keeps shooting like he has so far.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another unleashed chaos moment. And as aggressive as the Celtics have been, Greg, they've also shown patience, haven't they?
Yeah, and in some ways, maybe a victim of their own success. You come out on the winning end of your trades time and again. Other GMs don't want to look bad. They get hesitant, possibly, and don't want to add their name to that list.
Here's Rozier. He's covered by Rondo.
Oh, the fearlessness by Rozier. That's what helps him earn the trip to the stripe.
The Celtics shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
That's good from Rozier. And Chris, one of the rare honors for an NBA player is to have their jersey retired. The Kings retired your number 4. What does an honor like that feel like? What does that mean to you?
Man, it meant so much to have my jersey retired. I was there with my family, my wife, my brothers, sisters, parents, and everyone. And so it was just a really, really great moment. You know, when you're playing the game, you can really, we say enjoy the process, but you never really can really enjoy it day to day because you're always thinking ahead, trying to get better. And so it was just a really cool moment to sit back and think about all the positive things we did in the city, for the city, and definitely for the game of basketball. So it was a great feeling, and, you know, Sacramento forever. I thank them for that, and I love them there.
Wonderful years, indeed. Morris, and he converts the layup. Morris has got his first basket.
Yeah, off to a strong start here early. 6 points off second chance buckets.
Miller outside. Here's the screen. And no good. And the Celtics going the other way now. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, on the road, you need as many contributors as you can find. The reserves definitely help fuel the win that time.
Here's Holiday after the made shot from Greg Monroe. Inside, it's stolen by Morris. The drive by Monroe. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Here's Okafor. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
2 points. That one goes.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now here is Holiday. He's coming off a 19-point game against Houston.
And look, the D has to be talking out there. They can't make threes that easy for them.
Here's Ojale. Okafor grabs the miss. Pelicans trail by 6. Outside Holiday. Miller outside. The offensive rebound. Okafor kicks to Clark. Pass to Miller. It's stolen by Morris. Inside, Monroe. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Monroe's got his second basket of the game.
Oh, he's shooting a fantastic mark from the field to begin this one.
Pick by Okafor. Here's Clark. 17 points for him last game against Houston. Yep, it counts.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And Craig Monroe with the slam.
Oh, the feed was perfect. The timing, the placement, everything was right on the money.
The Pelicans trail. Outside Holiday. Double team on Holiday. Poke loose. Stolen by Monroe. And the jam by Craig Monroe.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Yeah, particularly on offense, where they've been completely in sync. Terrific first quarter.
And they double up Davis. Down low, Okafor. That's in there. Davis with the assist. And that's now 6 points for Emeka Okafor.
Good movement there. And the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. 13 feet away. Rebound by Monroe. Monroe's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
When Morris gets it down in the paint, he's deadly, using his big arms to get these shots up and in.
Clark kicks to Miller. Stolen by Monroe. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots, off to a good start.
And loving the hustle here early. I mean, they struck first on the offensive glass.
Now, here is Miller. He's coming off a 13-point game against Houston. And it's Okafor missing.
Everyone in the building thought that one was going to go in, including me. That's just shocking he blew it.
And it's Boston with another.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pelicans trail by 16. Holiday, the pass to Okafor. That's tipped. Here's Larkin. Down it goes, his third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
And they've just been so comfortable at both ends of the floor. I mean, you'd almost think they're playing at home.
Well, you hear that? No, you don't hear anything. They silence the crowd with this big lead. No sign that they're letting up.
The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Boston on top. They lead by 18. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. We caught up with Kyrie Irving earlier, and he talked a little bit about expectations for himself and his teammates.
We expect so much out of each other every single night, and the team is going to go as hard as we go, as well as the other pieces that we have on the team. But we have to control it from a standpoint that we have to play off each other.
Kyrie reminding us that it's not just the expectations of the fans and the media, but also, perhaps the most demanding of all, are the expectations they've got for each other.
Oh yeah. They're constantly trying to manage expectations while still demanding the best from one another. And I got to tell you, it's fun to watch.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen the Celtics really take control here.
Getting high percentage looks, wearing down that defense on the inside.
Right, and as the defense collapses, that opens up inside-out opportunities. Productive first quarter.
Anthony Davis is out there with Okafor. Then there's Darius Miller. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. And it's Clark in at the point guard position. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, Celtics coach Brad Stevens is known for getting the best out of his players. He said every NBA player has an elite strength. Some of them have 10 of them. And those guys are the very best in the league, right? But every one of them is here for a reason. And there are times where you can really soar with that skill. Kevin?
And that's why Stevens is already one of the best coaches in the league, David. You've talked about him for a long time, getting maximum results from every one of his players. And the shot goes in. Rozier's got 8 points.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
Pelicans trail by 19. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Clark dishes to Davis. Poked away. And here's the fast break. Here's Larkin. Monroe controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Celtics lead by 21.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Davis sets a screen. It's good. That basket, he's now 5 for 9.
If there's a list of the best inside scorers in the NBA, Davis has got to be right at the top. When he gets his hands on the ball down low, you might as well just count it.
There's the pick. Now the dish to Okafor. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Yeah, field goal percentage above 50 now. Their offense is starting to show.
Here's Larkin. Lays it up off the glass. 8 points for him.
And some guys just have a nose for scoring, and this one couldn't have been any easier.
I mean, I don't know whether to say it's amazing or it's sad, but you're down double digits and you still allow an uncontested layup. Where is the pride? Where is your heart?
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. Chris, during your playing days, you had a number of point guards that you developed an excellent rapport with. What do you feel is the most important part of being a successful point guard in the league?
You have to be a great leader to be a successful point guard in the league. You have to be open. You have to be tough on guys. You have to know guys' personality, and you have to be giving. You have to trust your guys. And I was blessed. I played with some really good point guards that had all of those qualities.
Some changes for New Orleans. Mirotic is checked in for Anthony Davis. Etuan Moore comes in for Darius Miller. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Ian Clark. The Celtics also changing it up. Al Horford, he's checked in for Ogilvy. Tatum comes in for Morris, and Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier.
Solid pick to create that opening. The soft touch on the jumper.
Here's Irving. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
Oh, that's just impeccable shooting from Irving. The D can get in his jersey all they want. It doesn't affect him one bit.
Rondo kicks to Mirotic. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game. And the game is a passion, as we know, Chris. But does it help to have outside interests? You're passionate about art. You make music. You're a writer. You're a thinker. Talk what all that is about and what that means to you.
Well, I think being a complete person helps whatever job that you're doing. You know, we all are more than our job. But basketball, you have to put everything into it. And so sometimes to rejuvenate yourself, you need to get fed other places and kind of feed your passions. And so I think a lot of times when players feed their passions, it's really just to have enough energy to complete their goal of getting through a grueling 82-game season with all the ups and downs, the expectations, the heartbreak, the celebrations. And so I think for myself and for many other successful players that I've seen, those that have tried to approach life with the same way that they approach basketball, that's just living with passion, try to learn as much as you can, enjoy every moment. Usually to me, they are the most successful because it takes pressure off of playing the game.
Well said. The Pelicans have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Liggins. Celtics leading by 20. Irving for 3. Makes that one his 6th of the night, shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
Well, this is one of Irving's favorite shots. He's great at squaring himself up before firing.
Rondo kicks to Okafor. Out to the wing. To the inside. Here's Rondo. And the layup's good off the glass. Rondo's got his second basket of the night.
And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Irving with the steal. Horford the pass to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got 3 assists now in this one.
And Horford really shows off his nice passing with that dime. For a big man, he sees the floor very well.
Mirotic the screen. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. 17-foot shot on the way.
Well, that's giving him too much space from mid-range. It doesn't hurt him there, but they can't keep doing that.
And stolen by Mirotic. Horford. Pelicans with the rebound. Moore left side. And the shot no good, a bit short.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Feeds to Liggins. Back to Moore. Launches it. And again, no good by New Orleans.
And just not able to find the target from three-point range here in the second quarter, although he did knock down one in the first.
Tatum's shot is off.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Passes to Mirotic. Moore outside. Mirotic, a screen on Horford. 6 to shoot. He got right to the cup using that screen. Moore's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Mirotic does whatever he can and whatever it takes to win, including giving up his body and setting big-time screens.
And, guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Now a timeout called by New Orleans. And Kyrie Irving very steady with the ball in his hands. Not a lot of turnovers for a player who handles the ball as much as he does.
Yeah, I mean, he makes great reads. Pick and roll, drives, kicks. He keeps his dribble low, but sometimes he has his dribble high. He's great at the pocket passes, great off pick and rolls, great at screens, and can space the floor.
Davis is checked in for Emeka Okafor. And the Celtics also making a change. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Monroe. Now the feed to Davis. And Moore kicks to Mirotic. There's the pick. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Horford. There's the pass to Tatum. Baseline jumper. That shot misses. Now New Orleans will take it the other way. Moore outside. It's Davis on the wing. 26 points for him last game against Houston.
Oh, and the rebounding spectacular as well. He was in attack mode all night.
Here's Tatum. Here's Horford. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Horford's got 8 points.
You have got to box out Horford on the glass, given his size.
They double him with Horford. Dishes it to Rondo. He feeds it to Liggins. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 6. And the Pelicans miss again. Boston dictating the flow. Here's Tatum. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. Horford's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
It's stolen by Davis. And now Moore pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one drops for him. Moore's got 6 in the quarter.
He's one of the guys having a solid game for them, but as a whole, they've been lacking.
Irving drives in. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
Oh, I love seeing Irving get cooking. He's an elite scorer who can fill it up fast.
Rondo kicks to Davis. Moore in the corner. And Tatum over to help. Pass to Mirotic. And stolen by Kyrie Irving. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And they double up Davis. And stolen by Horford. Here's Irving. That one finds the mark. It's the 10th time he's done that tonight on 14 shots.
I love how strong Irving finishes. Awesome at fighting through the defense and sinking these shots.
Rondo kicks to Davis. Back to Rondo. All sorts of time. And too long on the shot.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And that one is good.
That's just outstanding awareness from Irving right there. Remarkable at finding his guys when they're wide open.
Irving against Rondo. And here's Moore outside. And Boston with the rebound. Baines has got his 6th rebound on the night. Horford attacking. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
You know, and if you remember in college with the Gators, you know, Al Horford played power forward. Power forward, center, they're the same now, but he's been out of position his entire NBA career, so you have to give him credit for playing tough night in and night out.
That's good from Horford. And as the league has moved to emphasize skill, it seems like things, Chris, are tipping Horford's way as far as him manning that center position.
Yeah, but you still have to be able to score inside. And so for Horford, we saw in the playoffs, you have to make your presence known inside. Though you're a big fella, you have to average a lot of rebounds, or you have to be physical inside. You still have to make your presence and your size known.
Well, Chris, we know that there are a lot of trash talkers out there in the NBA. Did you ever talk a lot of trash on the floor or do anything else to try and get an opponent's attention away from the game, get in an opponent's head?
I used to love talking, man. It kept you focused. If you talk, it means you have to back it up the next play. You can also get in the player's head, get them thinking about themselves individually. And if I get you thinking about yourself, I've already won because now you're not thinking about the team. But I tell you what, some of the best trash talkers I've ever played against, Larry Bird, Gary Payton, Rick Mahorn. Those guys talk the best trash ever, and I definitely can't repeat anything any of those guys said. But it's all out of love. It's all out of fun. And I don't remember, very honestly, anything anyone has ever said to me because it was all so outlandish, so crazy, so funny that you just let it go after the game.
Oh, that's good. Ojale is checked in for Al Horford. Kicks to Clark. Mirotic, the screen. Pass to Holiday. Finally gets one to fall. He's now 1 for 5 with his first make.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Davis setting the pick for Holiday. Double team on Holiday, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Aaron Baines. That's his first foul. Here's Clark. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Ojale grabs the rebound. One item that stood out, their ball movement.
Things are definitely clicking, and more importantly, it makes it really hard to defend. And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
It's clear this just isn't his night. I mean, if they're going to keep him on the floor, I think his best role would be to be a decoy.
Continuing to push the action and build this lead.
And you see he's not worried about what's on the scoreboard. He just wants to go ham each possession.
That's good from Mirotic on the assist by Clark. Clark's got his 8th assist in the game. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And Morris really rises up for these jams, leaving no mistake as he finishes with authority.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. Here's Mirotic. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. Here's Clark. Can't cash in on the 10-foot jumper. Boston dictating the flow. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. They get it back. The shot by Ojale, no good. And for the Pelicans, they're shooting 48% on their attempts here in quarter number 2. Right side Holiday. He kicks to Miller. He dishes it to Davis. With 2 seconds left. No good off the front iron. And so it's the Boston Celtics. Way out in front. Their lead at 38 points as we close out the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Kyrie, what was your plan for tonight?
I was trying to get assists in the beginning, and I'm just having a good time out here. Got it going a little bit. Enjoying myself.
Okay, Kyrie, we'll see you in the second half. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. Time for the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. What a game it's been for Kyrie Irving. He had 27 points, 3 steals, and 4 rebounds. In their previous game, he had a performance he said he wanted to put behind him quickly, and so far he's doing just that with the nice first half he had here. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, no one was able to check Kyrie. That was the difference. One of the league's best shot makers, largely because of his handles and body control. He can finish at the rim, drain jumpers off the dribble, and of course, his three-point shot now, absolutely deadly.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
Ernie, I don't use this word a lot because, one, I can't spell it, but it was definitely a subpar effort for them on the glass. That hurt. They're serious about cutting into this deficit. It's gut check time. Ugh, you hear that, Ernie? I'm hitting my gut. Ugh, you got to check your gut, Ernie. Ugh, gut check time, Ernie.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter is set to begin in just a few.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, some of it is based on how the defense is playing you. He didn't force things. Instead, he rewarded his teammates.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court right now for the Celtics, Kyrie Irving is out there with Rozier. Then it's Aaron Baines. Then it's Tatum, and it's Horford in at power forward. And here we go. Here's Irving. Up again. It's good on the putback. And that's a double-double for him now. 10 points and 10 rebounds.
I tell you what, he was on a mission on that possession. Did not stop working until he got it up and in.
Knocks it loose. The dish now to Rondo. Holiday with the three. The rebound by the Celtics.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area. That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting at a decent 44% clip here. Rondo dishes to Davis, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. That's 12 points for Anthony Davis.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you spend all that time in the locker room trying to get mentally prepared. Then you come out and give up that? Nah.
And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
A nice shot by Irving.
He continues to be their go-to guy. If they close this game out, his stamp will be all over this one.
Rondo with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Double team on Holiday. And here is Tatum. He's got 6. Irving. Here's Baines. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Baines has got 12 points in the game. And they double up Rondo to the paint. Here's Davis. Makes that one fall. It's his 8th bucket in 15 shot attempts.
There's no lack of aggression on his part. When he's got the chance to score, he'll take it.
Shots good by Baines.
I love seeing Irving share the ball. He has a tremendous feel for when to dish it to his guys.
Right side Davis. The kick out to Holiday. Hits it from three-point range. Holiday's got his second basket.
Not trying to force anything inside. Ball gets kicked out for an open look.
So the Celtics called timeout, their first.
And the Celtics gave up 4 players to get 1 in Kyrie Irving, but they already had so much depth. They could afford to sacrifice a bit for a superstar just entering his prime.
some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for the Pelicans.
And really, their guards have been the ones that have done the bulk of the passing and shot creation. Sometimes the ball handlers will look to score more down the stretch. We'll see if that becomes more of a focus.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 9 from the field to start this second half. Some tremendous shooting from them.
And really for the Celtics, just a wealth of assets, but in reality, only so much playing time to go around. Sooner or later, you knew they'd make a move, and I think they got the best player in the trade.
Here's Baines. No good there. Great D that time from Davis. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Pelicans keep it alive. No good from Moore. And pushing it up, here's Boston. A pull-up. Shots good by Baines. Baines has got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And when you can outscore your opponent in transition, that's always going to work to your advantage.
Yeah, but you have to control the pace. You have to keep it up, keep the tempo. That's how they built this lead.
The wide open look here for Holiday. And the three ball is good. Holiday's got 9.
Their three-point percentage has taken a big leap here in this second half.
Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
You see the cleverness of Irving on that play, able to get his shot off despite getting whacked. And just think about this. Kyrie Irving in his single season at Duke, he only played 11 games. He was limited to 11 games. Still, he was the #1 overall pick. That's just game. And then he justified it winning Rookie of the Year. Incredible.
Greg Monroe, he's checked in for Boston.
One shot.
And that one misses. And Kyrie Irving with a historically great rookie campaign, but some have said he hasn't improved a whole lot on that big entrance into the NBA.
His defense is still a work in progress, and that's what he has to shore up if he's going to enter the conversation for maybe best point guard in the world. But to me, he's already in that conversation.
Ahead. Here's Monroe. Gets number 9 to fall. He's only taken 10 shots.
And you can see now they're starting to push the tempo to good effect.
Double team on Holiday. Davis with it, and it's Horford picking him up. The three-pointer is right on target. He's got 16.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Up their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Irving. And the layup falls.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Inside, here's Rondo from deep. Moore. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe.
And now a quick review at the numbers for Moore. He's putting up about 12 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Greg from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None.
I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
First one falls for him. Andre Liggins, he's checked in for the Pelicans. Larkin, he's checked in for the Celtics. And both free throws good for Davis. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Here's Horford. Off target from three-point range. Moore outside. Here's Rondo. Feeds it to Liggins. Moore in the corner. Just 5 to shoot. Nailed from three-point land. Moore's got a pair of threes now here in the third for New Orleans. Horford goes in, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. Horford's got 12 points in the game.
How about Horford? They're showing the jump shot. More of a set shot, really, but at his size, he can get it off.
And Moore kicks to Mirotic. Mirotic the screen. Here's Moore. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Moore's got 21.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense. Who knows where they'd be in this game without his efforts?
They get it back. Here's Monroe, and he uses the glass on the layup.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Rondo kicks to Liggins. Monroe on the double team. Moore outside to the inside. And Davis gets it to go on the assist from Moore. Davis has got 12 points here in the second half.
Oh, he has been dominant on offense.
Oh, nice. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And that was Under Armour bringing you that replay. Unleash chaos. And what a play it was.
This is what Mirotic does best. A knockdown three-ball specialist. Doesn't hesitate in pulling the trigger.
The Celtics shooting a scorching 68% in the game. Monroe, and it's Monroe finishing it off.
Oh, Kevin, not a petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. Rondo passes to Liggins. Down low. They swipe it. Here's Monroe, and Craig Monroe with the slam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Terrific assist, a nice finish, solid play all around.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Rondo is doubled. From deep, Moore. That shot, no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. And stolen by Mirotic. Moore dishes to Rondo. Davis sets a screen. Feeds to Mirotic. And it's off from three-point range. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Monroe's shot is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Well, for New Orleans, shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. Rondo kicks to Liggins. Passes it to Davis. New Orleans moving it around. Mirotic the screen. Knocks it loose, and that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. On your screen now is the 2K leaderboard showing us the leaders in blocks in the second half of the NBA season. Anthony Davis, number 1.
He's been protecting the rim as well as anybody in the league during that stretch. I mean, he is not making it easy to take the ball inside.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Okafor is checked in for Davis. Darius Miller comes in for Ejuan Moore. And Ian Clark subbed in for DeAndre Liggins. As we approach the playoffs, let's see how the East is shaping up. You take a look at the Raptors. What a run they've had this year. In first place and charging seemingly at will toward the postseason. These guys have been outstanding. And, of course, there's the Celtics, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
And you know, for the Celtics, as talented a team as they are, has performed at a very high level this season. Everything's gone according to plan up to this point.
That's why you have to give a ton of credit to the players in terms of how they've played all season. And they aren't done yet.
The shot by Rondo is no good. Here's Boston now. Good momentum, 8 straight points. And the basket by Rozier.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
Now here's Rondo. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Here's Clark. It's off his leg, and it's being called a kickball. From the arc. A rebound by the Celtics. Monroe's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The shot by Ojale, no good. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes. And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, they've been tremendous from beyond the arc. It's a shift from what they did in the first 2 quarters, though.
Pick by Okafor. Mirotic sets the screen for Rondo. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Clark's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And you can sense that Rondo's taking some pride in shredding the D with his passing, has exceptional vision. Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
The Celtics shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Monroe.
One shot.
And the Celtics building a new 70,000 square foot practice facility. They'll call it the Auerbach Center.
Oh, yeah. Very impressive. Set to open this spring. The Celtics, one of those forward-thinking organizations. I'm not surprised to see them investing in their player development.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. The feed to Mirotic from downtown. Morris with the rebound.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Larkin scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And Morris does a great job keeping his head up, finding his teammate for quality shots.
Okafor sets the pick for Holiday. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Irving.
And there isn't a whole lot of positives that you can take away from his performance from the mid-range game so far. A lot of chances have come up empty for him, but he seems intent on taking jumpers out there. Something's got to give.
That free throw, no good.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
And he sinks the second. Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Clark's gone 3 of 6 shooting from the field, 50% so far. Here's Baines. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Irving's got his 8th assist in the game.
Something lit a fire under him this quarter. Their lead's safe as long as he's on the floor.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Okafor sets the pick for Mirotic. Here's Clark, loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Clark's got 9 points here in the second half. Good D by Miller. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. With 1 on the clock, another one falls for New Orleans. And so it's Boston with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops. Moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. We've got Okafor. Miller is out there with Solomon Hill. Then it's Drew, and it's Clark in at the shooting guard position. So that's the group out there for New Orleans.
I don't know if that was by design or by accident, but the D not paying any attention to him.
Nice shot by Yabusele. And it's the Pelicans with the ball. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. And that will be the 3rd of 5 straight played at home. That one goes. Count it.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
Morris with the ball. And it's Miller picking him up. Morris, no good. The Pelicans shooting 51% from the field. They'll take that. The pass to Miller. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Ojale, that's good.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that one.
Hill has the open look. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
The mid-range jumper is a high percentage shot for him, and when he's got that much room, forget about it.
Yabusele can't hit. New Orleans has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Miller, that's for 2. Miller with another miss.
The movement and the shot selection are good there, but you can't hit them all.
Oh, and the jam by Bird.
Yeah, getting there is before the defense can set up.
That's just the aggressiveness of transition, making sure they come away with points.
And it's Clark in the corner. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Celtics have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Yes, that goes in.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
For New Orleans, they've gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the fourth. A pretty nice efficiency there. Picked by Okafor. Here's Drew, defended by Allen. Okafor, the pass to Hill. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
No, you can't lay that pass in there any better.
The Celtics shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often. The shot by Ojale, no good.
I think a kick out is the better option there. Defense had the rim on lockdown.
Here's Drew, defended by Allen. And Bird comes to help. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Cook, he's checked in for Ian Clark. And the Celtics making a change here. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Clock at 4. From deep. Drew misses.
Jeez. Maybe he was trying to show off or something right there.
Didn't it seem like it just a pretty thoughtless play on his part? All style, no substance. I'm not sure if the D bothered him or if he just lost concentration on that one, but that's a layup he should convert.
Here's Miller, and he makes that one. And the Celtics with possession here. Here's Yabusele, makes it off the glass.
That was all about the assist. Great pass to set up the shot.
For New Orleans, they've gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Here's Drew, defended by Allen. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Yeah, the Celtics have stars with Hayward and Kyrie Irving, but their strength is their depth. Not a lot of fat on this roster. They're all capable.
Two.
The first free throw is good. And the Celtics collecting assets, but there's only so many roster spots.
Well, Coach Stevens said he wouldn't employ traditional roles with this team. It really breaks it down to ball handling.
DeAndre Liggins, he's checked in for New Orleans. Good on both. Chris, as we all know, you grew up in the Detroit area. It's a town that has seen glory days and hard times. Talk about what it means to you to come from Detroit and what you see in the future for the Motor City.
Well, it means everything to me to be a Detroiter. I think that's what made me successful in my career, is that I took on the heart of the city and the fact that it's a hard-hat town, a blue-collar town, and you have to earn your keep and you have to wish positive for the future. And so it's been great coming from there, and the hard times being from there, you know that we're resilient, and so it's great to see positive energy enter back into the city. It's great to see the Pistons play in the city for the first time in over 20 years, and so I see the future is bright for Detroit because Detroiters are always there, and as long as we have the people, everything else will be great.
You and I broadcast the last game in the Palace, and I'm wondering what you think the impact will be with the Pistons, as you just talked about, in their brand new building.
I think the impact would be great, but for fans. You know, when I was younger, I wanted to see the city. I wanted to see our team play, and I only lived a few miles from downtown, but about 30 or 40 miles from the Palace, and so I'm happy that the kids that supported the team, that dreams about being a Piston one day, I'm glad they finally get to go to a game. I'm glad that Detroit finally gets to really call the Pistons their own. What is it going to do? It's going to infuse positivity, and so hopefully for everyone, it's a positive environment.
One shot.
Here's Drew. Dishes it to Liggins. A second chance effort, and the shot is good.
Nice work to get in position for the rebound and the putback. He has no off switch.
Nader's shot's good.
Showing off in the face of the defense, which didn't show up at all on that play.
Here's Drew. Picked by Okafor. Knocked loose. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Now that's how to finish the break. Throw down with force.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Oh, well, that's because it was terrific anticipation. Also, the quick hands, a lethal combination.
Good on the bucket.
What a total 180-degree turn here. He wasn't making anything in the first half, but he looks like a totally different player now in the second half.
Here's Drew, defended by Allen. Drew passes to Hill. 6 on the shot clock. Great D that time from Bird.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity. Oh, wow.
Look out.
That's a beautiful jam.
Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Celtics making a switch here. Monroe's checked in. Here's Drew, defended by Allen. They get a hand on it. And here we go again. The Celtics in transition. Up the court they go. Here's Nader. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor. And they're really pushing the tempo.
Pick by Okafor. Hill inside. Monroe on him. Offensive rebound.
Yeah, really frustrating right now. They just can't seem to stem the tide here.
Yeah, going up against a big run, trying to mount one of your own. I mean, it's exhausting and takes a tremendous amount of energy here. Way to advance the ball on the break, wasting no time.
Looking to end the run, and Okafor slams it in.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Here's Ojale. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Ojale's got 13 points now in the quarter.
He didn't let that first half get him down. He has come out firing on all cylinders to begin this second half.
Drew passes to Hill. Here's Cook. Good. The assist goes to Hill.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Here's Nader. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Pass to Drew. There's a good screen. Here is Cook, defended by Allen. 5 on the clock. New Orleans making some changes here. Diallo comes in for Hill, and Miller's subbed in for Cook. Boston on D. Kicks it to Liggins. Takes the 3. Drills the three-pointer.
And you're asking for more trouble than you can handle if you're going to let him just roam free from beyond the arc.
And here's Bird for 3. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Okay, we got a nice little back and forth going here.
And I love it, Greg. Both sides inflicting damage from the perimeter. We'll see how the defenses adjust, though.
Drew passes to Liggins. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Boston's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Bird. The shot off that time, and New Orleans will go the other way with it. Got a piece of it. Here's Drew, defended by Allen. Here's Liggins. Bangs home the trifecta. Liggins has got 8 points here in this quarter.
It looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he's really hitting his stride in the second. He is a fantastic athlete for a power forward. Whatever he lacks in height, he makes up for it with hops.
New Orleans has gotten 8 shots off from three-point land and hit half of them. Pass to Okafor. And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
He hasn't missed so far this quarter, and you can see why. His form is perfect, and he's taking high percentage shots.
One shot. One shot.
And that one falls for Okafor.
Yeah, and the work they've done at the line has been impressive here in the second half.
Nader's shot's good.
This is an amazing run he's on. It's like he's been the only guy on the floor this quarter.
The Pelicans shooting 52% from the floor. Nice work so far from them. There's the dish to Okafor. New Orleans moving the ball around. Lets it go from 14. Rebound by Greg Monroe. Monroe's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Nader. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Here's Drew, defended by Allen. Liggins. And again, no good by New Orleans.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
No good from Bird.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
Liggins, no good.
He's got to be wondering, how did he miss that? I mean, he had all the space in the world.
Nader's shot's good. Nader's got 15 points here in the second half.
Still attacking, building on this lead coming down the stretch.
Well, what I like about it most is he's doing it efficiently.
Miller dishes to Okafor, shoots over Monroe, and it's Okafor missing. Boston's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for Boston.
One of the areas that has been critical for them, the second chance points we've seen from them tonight.
A huge factor in this one, Kevin. The hustle on the offensive glass, the willingness to go after those rebounds, that was key.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And you know, this is a win they wanted badly, guys. They did not want to get swept in the season series.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Kyrie Irving.
From an offensive standpoint, he was their leader tonight. Whenever they needed a big bucket, he was always the guy to come up with it.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
Miller kicks to Okafor. Passes it to Drew. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
Oh, simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're up. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Guys, what's your take?
You know, this is a timeout maybe just so they can pat each other on the back because no other reason to call it.
My guess is that they're just trying to avoid some monumental breakdown after having dominated up to this point.
Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Greg Monroe.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
On the road, in a tough atmosphere, he's taken on the role of star tonight. If one of their other players came up short, he picked up the slack to make sure they'll be walking out of here with a win. Goes up off the inbound. The shot by Nader, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
And that was the last thing they needed. Now the clock is stopped, and they put them on the line.
And he can't get the first one. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Rob. Here's Drew. Knocked away. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Kyrie. Nice win tonight. What was your thought process coming into the game?
I was just going out there trying to compete on every play, trying to play as much defense as possible. Just sticking to our game plan. We had a game plan going in, and we executed.
Got it done at both ends of the floor, Kyrie. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.